Hello, I am here with Jack Brown. He is a candidate for Josephine County Commissioner, Position 3. Mr. Brown, what in your background or experience recommends you for this job?
I'm a student of history. They say that those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And so, because I've studied history, I plan not to repeat the mistakes of the past. When our country was founded and they wrote the Constitution, they researched history extensively before they formed a Republican form of government. I think the fact that I appreciate that form of government makes me eminently qualified to serve in that form of government.
Very good. Among the many crises our county is facing at this time, how would you prioritize those?
First order of business for any government is to protect the citizens from criminals. Law enforcement is the highest priority. After that, you have lots of nice to have things. But I seem to remember that in the old days when we were just beginning to be civilized in the Wild West, they rarely had libraries, but they always had sheriffs.
Can you summarize your position for us?
I think we've spent a lot of money we didn't need to spend and a lot of money that we didn't have to spend in the past. The state has mandated many things that they are duty-bound by Oregon revised statutes to fund. And we've accepted their programs and we've attempted to fund those partially because they often help us with those programs. But if we were to stand back and say, Oregon, you told us it has to be done, you do it because we can't afford it, then we would be getting the monkey off our backs.
Very good. And so would you emphasize revenue enhancement or operational efficiency as a means of clarifying our budget issues?
I think there's room for operational efficiency, but I think that our revenue could be vastly increased without any burden to the taxpayer if we took control of the lands in the county that the feds own. Well, they don't really own them, they control them.
And so you're circulating a petition currently
Yes.
that would enable the counties to take those lands back?
Initiative 105. It would give the counties all the lands except for certain specific items that are approved under the U.S. Constitution, Article 1, Section 8. And that includes post roads and post offices and government buildings and military installations and Coast Guard facilities, many of which we don't see to any extent at all in the Kalmiopsis wilderness. In fact, in their attempt to make it into the roadless wilderness, they have actually prevented any function approved under Article 1, Section 8 from occurring in that land.
That's all very interesting. Do you have a summation for us then?
Yeah, I've run before. People know me. People know me as the auto doc more down in Grants Pass than out in the valley. But I've also worked in local lumber mills. I worked at Rough and Ready back in the past. Worked at the M&Y Lumber Company in Selma, which probably most people don't even know it existed anymore. So I've been out in the valley a lot, and I understand the interests that people have out here. I liked some of the questions that were asked at the candidates meeting because they brought out some of those differences that people in town would never think of.
Indeed.
Yes.
Well, I thank you for taking the time to come down and be with us this evening.
Great to be here.